every single K-drama. We love cliches. I'm going to convert everyone to K-dramas. Hello and welcome back. If you're new, hi, my name is Ale. Today we're doing something a little bit different. I am going to rank every single K-drama I've seen so far. Yeah, it's going to take a while. I divided the categories into love, almost there, light, forgot, meh in the sense like of meh, and dropped or stuck. And of course, this is just my opinion, so feel free to comment and let me know what your opinion on these dramas is. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and let's get started. The first one is Squid Game. This was actually the very first K-drama I saw. Squid Game was traumatizing. I cried a lot of tears. I loved characters, hated characters, loved someone and then hated them. It was a mess. I was actually unsure whether I would recommend this drama or not to my friends because it is difficult to face and it's hard and raw, cruel. I actually really liked this K-drama, so it is going to go in the almost there category. Next up is Kingdom. Kingdom is not for everyone. Kingdom is an historical slash horror slash political drama. It has zombies. And I love zombies. I fell in love with the traditional costumes thanks to this zombie K-drama. So blame it on Kingdom if I watch a lot of costume dramas. I really loved the main characters, I loved the villains, I loved the zombies, the setting, the photography. It was great, but again, it's going to almost there with Squid Game. The King's Affection. Now this is a totally different vibe. Historical, romantic, a lot of cliches. We love cliches. I liked it. Rowoon and Park In-bin. This is a good reason to watch it. It is funny, it is emotional, it's not much more, so it's going to go in the like category. Sorry. I still love it, but it does not deserve to go in the love or almost there category, so it's going to stick in the liked. Something in the Rain is very realistic. It taught me a lot of stuff about Korean culture, dating, family and stuff, and I loved it. Maybe the only problem it has is that it's a bit too long. This is difficult. It's going to be in the liked category. Sorry. Maybe it should go in the almost there or somewhere in between. Business Proposal is a romantic K-drama full of cliches. It's also very funny. I liked it. It is very light-hearted. Yeah, I don't think there is so much more to say. It's fun, it's light, so it's going to go in the liked category because I liked it, but it's not like among my favorite K-dramas. Narco Saints, original title Surino. I actually forgot about this one. I did not remember seeing this drama until I saw the poster, and then I realized I actually watched it. I kind of liked it, but it did not stuck with me. And by the way, there is one of my favorite actors and I didn't know it at the time, so maybe I should watch it again. I'm going to leave it. Somebody was a bit controversial and I liked it. I like controversial stuff. I also like serial killers stuff to watch, of course. It was weird. I'm not exactly sure about what I watched, but I liked it. I enjoyed it in a weird way. It was interesting. It's going to stay in the like category. The performances were very good in my opinion. Creepy good, terribly good. I got goosebumps thinking of it. But it was disturbing, so it's not for everyone. And it's very raw. Also, if you're looking for like a mystery kind of drama, like a whodunit, this is not it. You're going to find out like from episode 1. So, no. Crash Landing on You. I think I'm going to be very unpopular because I did not love it. I liked it, and I am sorry because I was loving it until halfway through it, and then I didn't like it as much. I liked the part that was set in North Korea. That part was crazy good to me, but the second part, it was not as good, and I was so pissed because of the ending. They have to wait so long to see each other like once a year. The best part though was like the friendship between the protagonist and the soldiers. The part set in North Korea was the best, and that's it. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. Maybe I will watch it again one day and realize that I was wrong. But right now, this is going to stay in the liked category. Sorry. Glitch started well, and then nothing happened. I mean, a lot of stuff happened, but it was not as interesting as I thought. It is about aliens and cults. It was just too much. But I remember that I actually enjoyed it while watching it. It's just with the passing of the time, it just didn't stop with me. So it's going in the meh category. The King, Eternal Monarch. Now, this drama stars Lee Min-ho, and I didn't know Lee Min-ho before. When I saw the poster, I was like, who's this guy? I mean, I looked online and found like enthusiastic reactions like, oh, he's so handsome, oh, he's so talented, oh, he's so blah blah blah, and I was like, where do you guys see that? But that was just a poster, because as soon as I started it, I was obsessed. In general, this drama is kind of a fantasy set into parallel universes. It's very interesting. It's funny, it's romantic, of course. Maybe it's just too many episodes. Again, I did not like the ending. At some point I was kind of confused about parallel universes, but the characters are great, the performances are great, and even seeing the difference in the acting of the characters in one universe and then in the other universe, it's very interesting. This is going to be in the light because I liked it. Would I suggest it to anyone? Yes, I would, because of the characters. But if you are new to the K-drama concept and style, maybe it's going to be a lot for you. This drama is a legal drama, but it feels like a coming-of-age kind of show. And I loved it, and I cried a lot. I really suggest you to watch it, because I think that there is a very low representation of disabilities on TV. It's going to be in the almost there. I did love it, but I feel like something's missing. But it's just there, it's almost there. You should definitely watch it. Vincenzo was one of the first K-dramas I saw. It is about a mafia guy who travels back to South Korea because he is Korean but was adopted by an Italian family. So he travels back to South Korea because he is with the mafia but has problems with the mafia and decides to start like a solo career. And so, yeah. It is funny, it is entertaining, it is kind of surprising. That made me wonder actually how South Korean view Italians. Because mafia is nothing like that. Mafia is really dangerous, mafia is a bad thing. Believe me, people from mafia do not dress like that. And Italians in general do not eat the Italian food that it's displayed on the drama. But still, I really enjoyed it. I would recommend it for Italian people especially. The first episode is probably the most boring one, but then it goes so much better, so you should definitely watch it. And Vincenzo is going to be in the light because I really liked it, but it's not almost there and it's not on the love level. All of Us Are Dead. Well, it's a zombie K-drama, so of course I kind of liked it. I love the characters, I loved a lot of stuff about All of Us Are Dead. The way people try to come together and survive I loved it, but I did not loved it. It's almost there for me. There is a major character dying on this show, and that kind of pissed me off. And also, I don't know how I feel about season 2 coming up. It could have ended with season 1. Ito in Class kind of became a classic, I think. I enjoyed it so much while watching it, but the love story, it did not convince me. It was convincing while it was one-sided, and then it became unconvincing when the two main characters actually started dating. In general, it is a great K-drama. I highly recommend it, but for some reason it is not Almost There, and it is not on the love list. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. So this is going to go in the light list. People are going to come to my home and look for me for punishment, I think, after this video. Then we have my baby, Alchemy of Souls. You know how I feel about Alchemy of Souls. I reacted to the first episode of part 1 and part 2, and I reacted to the last episode of part 1 and part 2. This one is going to the love list. If you did not love Alchemy of Souls, what are you doing here? It is a fantasy costume drama. I was not even really convinced because I did not know how to face Eastern fantasy. It was my first fantasy and I loved it. What I did not expect was to have so much fun, to laugh so much, and to cry so much. And everything can happen in just one episode. The characters are incredibly good. I mean, they are freaking great. And even the villain. I don't think that you could hate a villain more than I hated Jimbo. And this means that the actor playing him did a great job. I just loved it. So yes, this is going on the love list. Mr. Queen. This is yet another fantasy costume drama. But it's not as fantasy as Alchemy of Souls. It is fantasy in the King Eternal Monarch sense, but it's not about parallel universes, it's about time travel and soul switching. So maybe it is kind of Alchemy of Souls. It's a softer kind of fantasy though. There is this man in modern South Korea who has an accident and wakes up as the future queen of Joseon. I had so much fun. It's a lot of fun. Really, like a lot of fun. Like, can you imagine, especially for guys, can you imagine waking up as a woman in a totally different time and realizing that you as a woman have to behave in a certain way that is so different from how men had and have to behave every day. It is so much fun. Please watch it. This is on the Almost There list and not on the love list because the king was just kind of annoying to me. I do understand why the queen does not get with her cousin, Fool, but I don't know, the king is not it. The Sound of Magic was kind of a weird experience for me. It's very short and it is a musical. I was not prepared for a musical, even though I should have been, since the title is literally The Sound of Magic. I have nothing against musicals, even though it was very short. I had a hard time. I struggled. I liked the message in the end. I like that there is kind of an open ending, but in general, I kind of struggled. So it's going to be in the light category. This is a pretty new drama as well, and it is The Glory. The Glory is not for everyone. It is raw and cruel, difficult to watch, and if you've been bullied or have had a traumatic experience, maybe this one is not for you. In general, it is very good. It is surprising. It gave me goosebumps. I loved it. The chemistry between characters is phenomenal. The male leads are great. The female lead is out of the word. This is going to the love list because I really loved it. I actually recommended it to a few friends of mine and they loved it as well. I'm going to convert everyone to K-dramas. Little Women is an adaptation of the Little Women novel. Very good acting, really good theme. Maybe I did not understand it fully because this is in the light category for me. I almost forgot I watched it. Maybe it was not the right moment in my life to watch it. I don't know. Should you watch it? Yeah, sure. It's not going to hurt you, so go ahead. I am sorry, on this list there are so many historical costume dramas. My dog is also here to confirm. This one is based on actual events and the rest is like work of imagination. I loved it. The romance between the male leads, even though they cannot stand each other, at some point they all come together. I liked the female lead a lot. Yoo Young-suk in this role was incredible. He was an asshole. He was very good in this role. Okay, this is going in the almost there list for a simple reason. As much as I loved it, there is a thing that did not convince me, and that was the chemistry between the female lead and the first male lead. In general, I think that the ending was perfect. If it had ended any other ways, then that would have pissed me off. So it's going in the almost there list. Sweet Home is a conundrum for me because I liked it. I actually watched it twice. I liked the performances. It is a horror K-drama set in the modern world, but it's kind of a dystopian version of the world where there is this kind of an epidemic and people start turning into monsters, and there are only very few people who can fight this epidemic and survive and maybe be useful to the rest of the community. I like the idea. I loved the acting. But for some reason, this is not on the almost there or the loved list. Maybe it's because too many people died. I am looking forward to season 2. I don't even know how to pronounce it. It is a drama about ballet, but it's actually about a relationship between a young dancer and an old man who wants to become a dancer before it's too late. This drama is very sweet, it's very deep. In some ways, I think that it's so much better than many romances. It will make you smile and it will make you cry. But again, for some reason that I myself cannot understand, this is not on the almost there list and it is not on the love list. It's on the liked list. The next is Nevertheless. There are contrasting opinions on this drama. I am going to tell you right away where I put it. It's in the meh list. I know that there is a lot of people who liked it. I did not dislike it totally, but this is the problem. This is a romance between two college people, and she is kind of innocent, he is everything but innocent, and that is fine. I have no problems with that. What I have a problem with is that people like him do not change that easily, and this should be a realistic K-drama. There's a lot of people saying that people who didn't like this drama did not understand it. I do not understand why you would believe that someone like him would change for you. I would be so scared. So no, I would never engage on a relationship with a guy like that. This is not something for me. If it is for you, it's totally fine. Just leave me out of it. I don't want to know. I like some aspects of it, like that it's kind of hot, but I do not like this idea that she would change him. Love to Hate You is a recent drama. I liked it. It's fun. It's kind of different. It's a romantic comedy about enemies to lovers relationship. Would I advise you to watch it? Yes, it's nice. It's an entertaining experience. It's not even that long, so you should go ahead and watch it. And this is going to stay in the light category. Under the Queen's Umbrella. I am so sorry because I still have to finish it. I am stuck, and not because I do not want to finish it, because I really liked the first episodes, but I am in the middle of my last exams for my second major, and I'm kind of waiting for the right moment to watch and edit it, because it takes an absurd amount of time to edit K-drama reactions, and there are lots of copyright issues where YouTube won't let you upload K-drama reactions, and I just do not have that time right now. I promise it's coming very soon. I think first weeks of April it should be out. Right now this is going to be in the stuck category, which is the same as dropped for practical reasons. Weightlifting Fairy Kimbokju. This is kind of a romantic coming of age kind of drama. It is entertaining, and you will also cry because I cried, and if I cried you will cry as well. Maybe not. It's light, it's young, and it's funny. It's really funny. I highly recommend it. Just go and watch it. This is kind of a healing / comfort drama, so I'm sure I will watch it again. It is missing something. What? I have no idea. Feeling wise, it's not there, so it's going to be almost there. The only problem I have with this drama is probably the way people perceive body weight. Maybe this is just a cultural difference. It's okay to not be okay. This is going straight to the loved list. Love. I loved it. I hear you complaining, Ale, this is also a toxic relationship like in Nevertheless. No, it isn't. You know why? Because It's Okay to Not Be Okay is more like a modern fairy tale. It has these gothic vibes, fairy tale vibes. The animation is so good that I actually have it as a lock screen directly from It's Okay to Not Be Okay. The other lock screen that I have is actually BTS. Sorry. It's lovely, and the best thing is that the characters actually have a development, so it's very satisfactory. It might be starting as a toxic relationship, but it is not the only toxic relationship that is depicted in this drama. There are a lot of difficult relationships here, a lot of trauma, a lot of difficult moments, a lot of family issues, and the way they all move on together and become something better. It's so endearing. I love it. I really recommend it. It is beautiful. When I watch it, I really kind of see myself in Kante, and I really feel for him. Go and give it a chance if you still haven't. Just go right now. Stop the video and go watch it, really. DP is a modern military drama. It's raw, it is difficult, it's kind of fun at times. The acting is great. I liked it, but it was maybe too much for me. Maybe I did not watch it in the right moment. So this is going to stay in the light. I'm going to put these three in the same place because I have kind of the same comment for each of them. And they are extracurricular, law school, and Mad for Each Other. I really liked them, but then I forgot about them. I did not remember watching them. So yeah, that's a problem. Extracurricular is the story of this teenage boy who struggles to survive. He has to do some illegal stuff in order to live. Law School is a whodunit set in a law faculty. Mad for Each Other is a story about two neighbors who have their own issues, and they kind of meet have problems with each other, and then you can guess. Tomorrow, a lot of people loved it. I dropped it. I think I saw maybe 3-4 episodes, but it was not the right moment for me to watch it, and so I kind of dropped it, even though I think it deserves a second chance. A Model Family is a thriller, and we love thrillers. I liked it. I just do not approve of the main character's choices. I mean, he was really dumb from the very beginning, but you should go and take a look at it. I liked it, so it's going to stay in the light section. Mine is also kind of a whodunit. I do not have much to say about it, so it's going to be in the meh section. I know a lot of people liked it. I did not like it. I did not dislike it. It's just meh. The same goes for Remarriage and Desires. This is going to be in the meh category for me. It's about relationships and revenge, but I did not enjoy it very much. Lovestruck in the City. I totally forgot about this one. Kinda liked it, not crazy about it. It's enjoyable. I think I lost my focus more than once while watching it. The Fabulous, a pretty recent K-drama that is going to stay in the meh category. I kind of liked the first episode, and then everything else was a waste of time, kind of. Don't watch it. Don't watch it. Just don't. Move on with your life. Just don't. Hometown Cha-Cha-Cha. I dropped it before the end of the first episode. I don't even know why. It was just not my thing. But since there are so many people who liked it, I might give it a second chance. I don't know. I just wasn't in the right mood, maybe. Hospital Playlist. I did not love it. I liked it. If you like medical dramas, then go for it. There's also like musical parts because the main characters have a band, and it's very enjoyable, and that's it for me. So it's going to stay in the light category. Hellbound is a horror K-drama, I guess. I watched it and I forgot about it. Maybe I just was not convinced. I have 2 K-dramas. Right now they are on my continue watching list on Netflix, and I cannot get myself to do it. My Country and Bad and Crazy. Bad and Crazy, I really liked the premise in the first episode, but the big spoiler kind of gets revealed in episode 2, and then I kind of lost focus because it didn't make so much sense to me. Now I'm kind of stuck. My Country, a lot of people actually liked it. I'm having a hard time. I've only seen 2 episodes and I'm kind of bored. I'm sorry. Then I have a pretty long list of dropped K-dramas. Abyss. I like the actors. I do not like the idea that they changed soul based on how good their soul was, and so they became good looking if they were good and bad looking if they were not as good, because the bad looking character actually doesn't look that bad, so it does not make a lot of sense to me. So I kind of got bored and dropped it. Memories of the Alhambra, highly praised. Dropped it after episode 1 because I was expecting a lot more of video games scenes. I was not enjoying them, so kind of dropped. Sisyphus. I dropped it and forgot about it. I don't even remember what it was about. I think it was like a futuristic kind of thing. I'm not sure. Then I dropped the startup after episode 1. I was not enjoying it, so bye. And I'm kind of sorry because I like the actors in general. I also dropped Rookie Historian. I saw a few episodes and felt it was too romantic and too unrealistic, so I dropped it. I also dropped Money Heist South Korea, because I actually watched the original Money Heist, like the European version, and I started watching the South Korean version and it was pretty much the same, so I didn't even finish episode 1. The Uncanny Counter, I dropped it after a few episodes, probably because I was not in the mood, because I did not dislike it. Let me know if I should keep going. Lastly, I have Reply 1988, and this is almost there. It is a trip through memory lane if you were born in like the mid-80s to mid-90s. This is like a universal experience if you were born in that period. It's kind of nostalgic. This drama is lovely, and for me this is almost there. Okay, so I hope you enjoyed this video. Do not take it too seriously. This is just for fun, okay? It was something different because I don't have a lot of time these weeks. Let me know what other K-dramas I should watch. I accept recommendations. And if you have any requests for K-drama reactions, let me know. Until next time, be healthy, be happy. I love you all. Bye.